I'm Magic Turtle 643, your source for Magic Turtle 643 days out of the year. This is The Orange Show. You know, for as many people there are who love handheld devices, it seems like there are even more who think they're ruining society. People love to treat iPhones and Blackberries like some perilously addictive habit that you can't kick no matter how hard you try, or they like to compare them to drugs. I can't tell you how many people I've heard riff on handheld devices like they're the first ones who thought it might be funny to make fun of technology. They're always like, oh, you people with your handheld devices and your click, 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 it's so fun, I can't put it down, game, it's so rude! And it's not rude, what's rude is expecting other people to give you their undivided attention for hours at a time without responding to a single text that one of their loved ones sent them. Now, if they're like playing a game or like using Twitter while you're trying to talk to them, that's not rude either. That means your friend doesn't like you. Screw them. Play Candy Crush right alongside them. Maybe then you'll have something to bond over. Has anyone ever tried to combine all these apps into one? Where you like have to solve this puzzle grid by lining up similar Instagram photos in order to collect up to 140 characters to compose a tweet, and each time it gets retweeted, a zombie attacks your castle and you have to collect Tumblr GIFs to throw at them, and if you lose, your Facebook automatically pokes all your exes. My speech and communications professor in college once said that we think phones and the internet are making us more connected, but in fact, we're more disconnected than ever. After he said that, he looked over at the student next to him and said, "Do you think that's true?" And she went, and I agree with her, it's not true. In middle school, before I had a cell phone, I would just sit at my house and play Nintendo, and occasionally one of my friends would have the guts to call the landline and invite me over. And when I finally could text, not only could I talk to all my friends about 10 times more frequently and simultaneously, but it was about 1,000 times easier to plan times for us to hang out. I get that it sounds cool to make the case that the modern age is full of socially damaged tweens who can't pull their noses off the touchscreen, but what's the solution? Oh, from now on you can't talk to anyone, none of your friends, unless you see them in person, so you have to go out and wander the streets and knock on people's doors and ask them to come out and play. Trick-or-treating for friendship. Another thing that people get so angry about is when a cell phone goes off in the middle of anything, really. A meeting, a movie, a conversation. As if they've never heard a cell phone before, and the sound of it ringing is this ear-piercing alien noise that means everything we were just doing has to be started over. But when a cell phone just rings or even buzzes in the middle of a movie or class, people are like, I can't believe this person owns a cell phone. Didn't they call everyone they've ever known right before this meeting and tell them not to call for the next 4 hours? Or then there's the people or the businesses that tell you to turn your cell phone off. Not to vibrate, not silent, off. And it's like, no, I'm never gonna do that. How is the cell phone buzzing a few times in class before the student goes, the most reprehensible crime since cheating on the exam? How is it any different than being in class and going, it's just as involuntary. They didn't call their own cell phone just to get on your nerves. If somebody does fail to answer their phone for like all 8 rings or whatever it is, it's probably because they're too afraid to turn it off and draw attention to the fact that it's their phone because everyone else gets so mad about it. Everyone has one, and they all function. You can't expect people to go walking around with broken phones in their pocket or go walking around with a working phone but no friends. Sometimes I think the people who complain about Generation X and our attention deficit disorder or our need to be entertained all the time want us to just sit there, staring. Just like the good old days. Boy, I tell you, we used to sit and stare everywhere. People also love to remind me that whenever you multitask, the quality of each thing you're doing goes down drastically. Relax, people. Nobody's doing a Sudoku while controlling the Mars rover. They're probably just playing Minecraft while watching Breaking Bad, or browsing Facebook while listening to NPR, or texting their friends about how much they hate you while listening to you talk. I'm obviously not talking to you, the viewer. If you're watching YouTube, you're probably one of the people with devices and not one of the ones raving that they're detrimental to the development of our children, and you're probably playing Words with Friends as you watch. And I encourage that. Multi all the tasks. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Save the Magic Turtles. Oh, and my friend Chris Ware made a video on this very topic. Click here to check it out. His channel's awesome. Subscribe if you want.